sometimes bad is better. But also sometimes the classic film is stronger than the remake. Let's talk about the 2019 version of Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary is the only horror film that really got to me. I watched it when I was probably way too young. I was probably 4 or 5. It mentally really messed me up at that time, and that film stuck with me forever. It still messes me up. Like, I recently rewatched it like 3 months ago. So the 4K release is great. But yeah, I watched it late at night, lights off, and it's still, some reason, it still really got to me. I don't know if the movie's actually that effective. I don't know if it's just something because it's such a huge part of me growing up and me slowly falling in love with horror. But it still affects me really hard to this day. So I was kind of about the remake, but I went in clean slate, and I kind of liked it. Like, it's fine. I still think the classic one's better. But let's talk about it. Pet Sematary. Basically, Pet Sematary is about a family, mom, dad, their daughter, their young son, and their cats. And they move from Boston to a small town in Maine. Like, most of Stephen King's books all take place. And they move along this highway that is heavily trafficked by big trucks. Big rigs, just hauling stuff back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But what they don't know is behind their house they have a pet cemetery. Because I don't want to get into spoilers, even though everyone knows the story. But the movie does change some things, so I'm going to just keep it locked up. One day, their cat, Churchill, or Church, is ran over and is killed. So their neighbor Judd's like, I know how much your daughter loved this cat, so I can show you a way to possibly bring the cat back to life. But little did Judd mention, they don't always come back the same. And sometimes, dead is better. Let's talk about the positives. The two leads, Jason Clarke, Amy Seimetz, are both fantastic. They both kill it. They are both great. Jason Clarke gives one hell of a performance in this movie. I like both. Both act their ass off. Both are good. Both give off heartwarming, heartbreaking performances. Both are top-notch shit. I really enjoyed both in this movie. It's all well-framed, well-angled. You always know what's going on at all times. The music is kind of creepy. Most of the time, I kind of zone out scores in films, and it's not the film's fault. It's just how my brain works. I do the same for games and for shows. It just happens, which sucks because some of the best music is in movies and games, but it happens. But the few bits that my brain clicked on, I found it creepy. I haven't fully read the novel. I'm about halfway through it. So I can't fully compare it to the book yet, only from the bits I've read. But so far, I really like the novel quite a bit. Stephen King's It is still my favorite novel, hence my little boat tattoo. But, yeah, fun fact. I like the ending. I like the ending quite a bit. It's really eerie, especially since never mind. Can't cancel that. Clear that thought. But the ending's sick. I like it a lot. It's really eerie. It's creepy. It works. The negatives. I didn't find it scary. Like, at all. I don't think I was, ever, jumpy or nervous or anxious once watching it. Which is kind of a shame because, the classic one, even though it's kind of dated by now, it still grabs me by the balls and just yanks me. But this one, I didn't. I didn't really feel anything. Like no nervousness for the characters, nothing. For me personally, it lacks that emotional punch that the classic had. I don't know if it's because I know the story already. I don't know if it's because I don't have that attachment like I have to the classic one, but it just lacks that oomph. It doesn't follow the novel quite a bit. Um, like I said, I'm only halfway through the book, so I can only judge the book, compare it to the movie, about half of it. It does change a lot, which bummed me out because I was hoping for it to more piece together like things from the novel that the classic film doesn't really go into, which it does do in small aspects, but not a whole lot. Yeah, and there's a big key change that was spoiled in the trailers, which is a no studio. Don't do that again, because that would have been sick to see. Pet Cemetery, it's half and half. Like I enjoyed it, but I still prefer the classic. I still get creeped out by the classic film. I still get really stomach torn because of the classic film. And maybe one day I'll do a video breaking down why the classic film is so good and why it deserves more credit than it gets. But till then, like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.